Hey guys, I'm just getting set up. I've never streamed on YouTube before, so I don't have all of the good stuff right now. Like, here we go. I've got my chat now. It's not a scheduled video. I'm live right now. Hello from GMT plus 7. Who else we got in here? Waiting for Legend to join. Great thumbnail. Thank you very much. Feedback, live stream. Hello from India. Making poker LLM. Cool, 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 cool. Nice. You can't believe the coincidence. What's the coincidence? Hello? Hello? Oh, really? Well, yeah. So let's see where we're at with Kubernetes. So, I was streaming on Twitch like yesterday, but I decided that YouTube would be better. And so here we are. Prompting Claude like a caveman. Man, there are so many people here. How many people in chat right now? How do I even see? Participants. Okay. Multi-stream? Nah, I'm going to stream on YouTube. And later, if I decide to do more stuff, I might look into restreaming or multi-stream or whatever. This stream is going to be just, we're figuring stuff out. Where's my face at the moment? It's down here. That's fine. I'm going to leave it down there. Minikube background. No, I'm not using Minikube. We've actually already got 3 servers here on Amazon. You guys want this to be bigger? Stream on Google Meets. Not a chance. Yeah, I'll make sure that stuff's zoomed in. Can I turn CC on? Well, how do I even do that? How do I even do that? I don't want to show that at the moment. Let's see. New stream link. Yeah, I don't know how to turn on the captions. What's the plan? Kubernetes project or starting with it from the beginning? We're starting from the very beginning. I've already done a little bit because I did a 3-hour stream on Twitch where I figured out a few things. We can do a recap of what we've learned so far. I'm probably going to do a video at some point about it. Yeah, directly in Amazon Web Services. We've got our CloudFormation stack here with our resources. And we're running Kubernetes. We've got our control plane and 2 worker nodes. I don't have any Discord at the moment. Would appreciate if at least 150% scaling. Complete playlist of DevOps. That's a lot of work, man. What distro? These are on Ubuntu. Let's see. Can I connect to this guy? You can use local stack to use AWS locally. Yeah, but I need the hardware, so it's okay. I need the hardware. What's my GitHub handle? That should be on my YouTube channel. So there won't be any streams on Twitch. I'm thinking I won't be streaming on Twitch for a while. Oh, hey, Josh. How you doing? Yeah, this is my own lab. Well, I guess if you consider Amazon's hardware my lab, then yes, it's my lab. So let me recap what we've done so far, okay? Let me take just a few minutes to recap. So someone recommended me this guide here, Kubernetes the Hard Way. And I followed this guide. It's got all of these documents here. And to be honest, I didn't like this guide very much. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I'm doing great. Did I find a new job? I've had a lot of stuff relating to that going on. I won't shed too much light. Have you used Managed Carpenter? No, I've heard of Carpenter, but I don't know exactly what it does. So I'm just still learning the very, very basics of Kubernetes. I'm 21, finished high school in 2024, was studying intense software engineering, got 2 years experience freelancing. I think if you've already got experience, then maybe it's not worth it so much. But yeah, it depends. Like if university is easy and affordable, then I would do it. Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn really easy, by the way. Whoever was asking for LinkedIn, you can find me really easy. Just type in my name. Docker before Kubernetes could have been better. Maybe. Yeah, you can find my GitHub super easy as well. This is my handle on GitHub. Satanu, spelled like that. So let me get this recap out before I get super distracted by all the chat. I was following this guide, and it was okay for a bit. But I found a lot of this stuff to be really way too low level for someone who's just beginning Kubernetes. And I found this tool called kubeadm. And apparently kubeadm and another thing called kops is the best practices modern way of setting up Kubernetes. So this thing just has a few commands like kubeadm init and kubeadm join. So you can create the control plane and then join the worker nodes to it. And so that's what I did. And that was way easier than following this guide. I actually got quite angry at this guide because it was way too tedious. I understand the utility of this, but it's wrong for beginners, I think. So anyway, we've got our we've got a CloudFormation stack here. And as part of this CloudFormation stack, if you want to look at the template, you can see in here we've got the we've got this instance role, which allows the instances to put and get parameters from SSM. I see I have a neat code open. Where's neat code? Yes, that is neat code. Yeah, I'm working through the roadmap of neat code because I only just signed up to neat code like a month or two ago, and I like how he's got the roadmap set out. Like it's more structured than leaked code, which I think is a great thing. But anyway, where was I? So we've got our CloudFormation. You want to learn C programming? Do I know? I don't know. I don't know C. But probably the best book on that is the one written by Dennis Ritchie himself and Brian Kernighan. I would get this book. And then what I would do is I'd go on to Exorcism, in case you guys haven't seen this one, exorcism.org. And you can learn any language here, anything you want. So you can learn C, and you can have mentors. Mentors will help you. And this is a site that you can donate to. They're a non-profit. Hello from Sydney. Hello, hello. Let's see. I'm not a madman. That's good to know. You can help me with EKS and stuff like that. I'm not so interested in EKS because I want to run the cluster myself and manage it myself. So I don't want a managed solution at the moment. Let's see. Exorcism, Codecrafter, neat code. I would do it in a different order. I'd do Exorcism, then neat code, and then Codecrafter. CloudFormation is the bane of my existence. Can't seem to fix the SCPs in my org to use them. SCPs. Can you explain that acronym? Python and FPR? I don't know what FPR is in relation to Python. So anyway, as I was saying, we've got this CloudFormation template. It allows the instances to put parameters and get parameters from SSM, which means that the control plane down here, when it starts up, yeah, sorry if this makes your eyes bleed, guys, but this is what we're working with. This instance, it adds a bunch of Kubernetes modules. It creates a network configuration here. It installs the required packages, installs the tooling. Oh, you don't like my glasses? These glasses are sick. Anyway, there is so much happening in the chat. Hi from Nigeria. That's cool. What do I think of vibe coding? Let me answer that in a second. Let me finish this first. So this instance is getting set up with kubeadm as a control plane. Then we are creating some, I guess, kube configs, applying some flannel YAML file, as you do. And then we're putting this parameter into SSM, which is the join command for the worker nodes. So we're creating a token here, printing the command, storing it in SSM, and then the worker nodes are getting that parameter and running it. done. Kubernetes set up. So that's what we have right now. Mexico filter. I'm a fresher with a test automation job role, but basically I use UiPath. How can I switch to a different domain? I don't know, man. What's even UiPath? Agentic automation. What's this? Will solving problems in lead code help you to get a job? It will help you to get through the interview process, but if you don't have something to, if you're trying to go for a mid-level or senior position and all you know is leak code, then you won't make it through the interview process. You'll get through the coding screening, but then you won't be able to talk about any projects or anything like that. So you need real experience. Leak code helps you get through the coding portion of the interview process, but you still need to, be able to solve problems and whatnot. If one has multiple interests in tech domain like cybersecurity, machine learning ops, but doesn't really want to bite more than he can chew, how to decide your alignment? It's a great question. I would just try everything and then see what makes me feel the best. Will this live stream be saved? Yes, it will be saved. So if you're busy, it's okay. What about auth, MTLS, certs? Cover that as well. Might be in the CloudFormation tablet. So apparently, this guide here, Kubernetes the hard way, does go through those things. But I found those to be really tedious. And apparently, according to my research, kubeadm manages this for you. For example, there's a certs command here. And you can renew your certificates here. So I imagine that all I would want to do on my control plane is just to set up a cron job to renew my certificates. Is that reasonable? Hey, James. What team were you in Atlassian? What's happening with these messages getting retracted? What's the deal with that? Are you guys deleting your messages? My age, I'm 37 years old. How do I safely propagate configuration changes across globally distributed systems? Didn't someone ask me this already? Stale configs, rollout delays, or inconsistent behavior near the edge. Confluence Data Center. Nice. Confluence was probably my favorite product, especially whiteboards. So what is your thought about Stripe Minions agents? I don't know what that is. No one has access to Mythos at the moment. You can use Service Mesh for full MTLS communication between services. Isn't that something that you would do with like Istio? I am of Greek origin, but I was born in Australia. Those things, auth and certificates, help you better understand the core components and internal Kubernetes components. I had a brief look into my glasses. Oh damn, I can't even remember. Raw Optics. Yeah, it's Raw Optics. Raw Optics. They're expensive. And the ones I have are limited edition, so you probably can't find them here. Here they are. $427. Expensive, like I said. I'm losing track of what people are saying, but someone was saying, yeah, you should learn about the authentication and certificates. blah, blah, blah. Someone else was saying something about service mesh. Istio and Linkerd. So is Linkerd something that provides service mesh? Linkerd. Linkerd 2, I think they rewrote it in Rust, didn't they? Go and Rust. Do I know Kostas Chalkias? No, I don't know him. What's my thoughts on ML ops and AI engineering? I don't know what those people do, actually. Istio moved off of console. Now they are Istio D. Okay. So they were using console for service discovery. Now they've just built their own. Did someone just subscribe to me on Twitch? What happened? Oh, I met a follower goal or something. Yes, I will be posting on X, mostly just responding to the junk I see on there, but then I will occasionally post. What is model and specifications? My PC is very old. I have i7 9700K and RTX 2080 Super, and I can't remember the rest. Can't remember my motherboard or anything. I've got NZXT AIO cooler. Yeah. Goalkeeper. Oh, I don't follow soccer at all. What else? This might sound dumb, but CKA course outline is a good starting point for the primitives. I actually, I recently signed up to Codecademy, and they have videos for studying. Yeah, 9700K is very old. Can I say how Ingress controller works? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Share my NVIM configs. You can find them on my GitHub. I think it's better to do. Yeah. I should ignore chat for like at least a good 5 minutes, shouldn't I? So the thing that I wanted to work out today, and you can sort of see what's going on. I've been having this conversation with Gemini. For the people that wonder how I use AI, this is generally how I use it. So it's telling me to set up, let's see. I told it I have my infrastructure running, and I said I want to run a Valheim server. Valheim is a game server, and so I know if I want to set up a game server in Kubernetes, I need to be sending in UDP traffic, and I need to have a persistent storage volume, and that's about as much as I know. I need a container to run the server, and that should get me going with that. And it's gone ahead and suggested that I should log into the worker, SSH into the worker node, and manually create a folder. And for me personally, that's just, it's untenable. I'm not doing that. I'm going to get a machine to do it for me instead. And so I figure we've got this storage manifest here and all this kind of stuff. And then, it's suggesting that I run these commands, and it's suggesting that I do all this. And I just think that's not cool. So what I'm going to do instead is probably set up a Git repo and create a GitHub action that is going to talk to my Kubernetes control plane and send up the YAML files and then run stuff. That's what I think I should be doing. And so I had this conversation here where I said I understand the general flow we're creating resources in Kube with YAML files. These things are called CRDs, apparently. And so instead I should just use Git. So I'll need a Git repo, I'll need a GitHub action or something like that. And then the security will be interesting because I can allow the GitHub actions IP addresses to access my control plane, but then that means that anyone can create a GitHub action and log into my control plane, and I don't really want that. Well, I suppose they'd need to have the SSH key. So that would be one layer of security. But I don't know if I want... that might be good enough. Anyway, Flux. What's Flux? Flux Kube. Currently, I'm working on migration project from ESXi to OCP. Oh, cool. How to troubleshoot these errors? Bro, I don't know. You did a full system design diagram for the organization I'm leading. Awesome. Yeah, send that to me. If you can find my email or something like that, send it to my email. Let's hope this was more productive than the stream on Twitch yesterday. Yeah. I hope so. If we can get Git, so my goal is to get a Git repo, get the GitHub action, and then get that going. So we're just going to go to GitHub and then create a repo. An other person can't randomly create a GitHub action and log into Kubernetes master. Yeah, well, they would need the SSH key, right, to access it. But if I allow the entire IP range of GitHub Actions workers, they can at least hit the IP address. Was C used in control plane? No. No, we didn't use any C. Kube stuff. Let's call it Kube stuff. I guess it can be public. It doesn't really matter. Can I do this? Oh, I'm not going to do all that, am I? So we're going to get a repo set up. Can you guys hear my keyboard when I'm doing this? Good repo so far. So we wanted to do a couple things. A couple of resources. Storage manifest. Oh, you can't hear my keyboard. All right. It's probably getting cut out by the noise cancellation or something like that. It's fine. I do have an audio gate or something. Where is it? Filters, compressor, and noise suppression. So if I turn those off and then yeah, now you can hear it. don't know if that's going to be annoying or not. Do I consider becoming a tech YouTuber? Yeah, I am considering it. Why is bro learning Kubernetes? That's a good question. I'm learning Kubernetes because it is present in many of the environments in which I want to work. So, sounds better with chain. Argo CD. Yeah, Gemini is suggesting Argo CD, and I'm probably going to push back on that. I'm just going to say, why would I use Argo CD when I have GitHub Actions, for example? It's doing all this nonsense. We're not going to do that. Which environments? High scale, big tech, places with a lot of stuff going on. I thought you learned it for the Go version of the control plane. No, not for that. So right now, I want to set up a Valheim server. This bit here is puzzling because it's telling me to manually create a folder. I'm thinking, so number one, do I still need to manually create a dir if I'm using my git method? And two, rather than Argo, we're just going to use GitHub Actions. To make it fully local, I'm considering Gitty. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm not going to run my own Git at the moment. I'm okay with GitHub. So we've got this storage manifest, and then we've got a deployment which has the container, and apparently there's a community container for Valheim servers, which is cool. We're going to have to put in some passwords and stuff. So I'll have to hide my stuff while I'm doing that. And then apparently that's it, but then, no, we also need to have Envoy setting up the gateway properly. So we do have Envoy running on this control plane, I think. If we go clear that, and then history, kubectl get nodes. So we've got the nodes, and then kubectl get pods. I don't even know what that is. And then we have get pods and Envoy gateway system. Yeah, okay. So we have some Envoy pods running already. Ow. What are the plans to capitalize newly gained popularity? I'm just going to keep posting stuff. And when people like it, I'll do more of the stuff people like. And if people don't like it, then I'll do less of those. Envoy as gateway or Envoy proxy handling networking. So right now, Envoy gateway, as far as I understand, is a pod which hooks into the Kubernetes API and figures out how to configure an Envoy proxy that's another pod with the correct stuff. I don't know how it works at the moment. Lens makes navigating pods easier than CLI. I will have to look into that. I'm guessing I need to change my security group and kube lens. Let's see what this is. Okay, so it's like an interface for kube. That's okay. Let's see. Yeah. I probably won't set up lens at the moment. I'm okay with the CLI. It's fine for the moment. These are service mesh. No, actually, I think. Well, I'm not too sure. I think for service mesh you need Istio, and then gateway is different. It's for traffic coming into Kubernetes from the outside. I don't set up Gemini with any personal instructions, and I don't have like a starting prompt. I don't care about that stuff. I just give it what I think I need. Okay, so I think I need more detail around how to get gateway to take in config to set up the UDP routes for the Valheim server. Let's see what that says. Resources for Python and DSA. I don't know what online assessment is, but go to NeetCode and practice Python there. Practice the roadmap on NeetCode. If you learn just this pyramid up here, you should be fine. Just do all of the exercises here, and you'll be okay. Will I be learning Terraform? No, I don't like Terraform. Sorry, Mitchell Hashimoto. I don't like Terraform. Sorry, dude. Nothing personal. I like Terraform the tool. I don't like the HashiCorp configuration language. I don't like it. So I'm happy to give JSON to Terraform. Did you know that you can do that? Does everyone here know that Terraform accepts JSON? Do you all know that? That you can actually provide it like this. I've never used Pulumi. The fact that you can give JSON to Terraform, do you know what this means? This means that you can generate your Terraform configs from a language that you actually enjoy. Whose mind just got blown? You never have to write HCL ever again. Just write it in Rust, write it in Python, generate some JSON, and you're done. What do I think about non-CSIT software dev pursuing masters? Do it. Why are you asking me? It's your life, man. Can I rewrite my entire team's infra? Yes. I hope I hope everyone's life is made easier by that knowledge. Because HCL, I don't like it. So Envoy Gateway is an API gateway that takes care of the routing traffic. It's different. Envoy Gateway sets up other API gateways. So Envoy Gateway is a pod that you install, and it talks to the Kubernetes API to configure Envoy proxy pods. That's how it works. System design book? I don't know, to be honest. System design book. What would I recommend? Designing data-intensive applications. Everyone raves about that one. I'd probably start there. Made it to the behavioral for an intern role. I don't even know what they ask in the behavioral. I don't even know what they could ask. Like, Because you don't have any experience to talk about, so what would they even ask? Maybe someone else in the chat can give you a hint. There might be other Atlassians here. So, do I still need to manually create the directory? Yes. Rust intern, even real? It depends on the company. Some you might be able to find it, but it'd be really hard and very competitive. So I have to let me get this straight. I have to. So I've got to edit my CloudFormation. I've got my CloudFormation over here. Got my CloudFormation here. So you're telling me I've got to create a folder here for all the storage mounts that I want? Some things about Kubernetes, it's just strange to me. Like, it's this advanced, modern thing, and then you've got to manually create a folder in order to be able to mount a persistent volume? I heard they ask about times I've encountered conflict, for example, in personal project experiences. Well then, yeah, you need to find a genuine conflict and then how you navigated it in order to create a positive outcome. What would have happened if you handled it badly, and how did you handle it instead? And what was the positive benefit? Like, how did everyone benefit from you doing that? There is so much chat happening. It's crazy. How do people get anything done when they stream coding and stuff? It's crazy. The standard local volume plugin in Kube does not have permission to create root level directories. Okay. Let's just edit this. No, actually, yeah, because this is a lot. I don't want to do local volume things. This seems bad. Can we use EBS volumes, please? Yeah, I need like a. I've got a little Pomodoro timer, but it's loud, so. It's loud and it clicks. What's your advice for a beginner in an SRE role? Uses Claude for every task? And deliveries are always urgent. Oh man, that's tough. Put every 10 tasks into a you need to, like, every 1 out of 10 tasks, you need to do it manually with no LLMs at all. That's what I would suggest. Otherwise, you become too reliant. How important is mathematics? I don't know any math. I can't even do factorials. So, yeah. Local folder. It's disgusting. Why would I do local folders? But apparently you can do EBS. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do EBS. So we got to have a role for attaching volumes. Persistent volume, blah, blah, blah. Pomodoro, EBS, CSI driver. Yeah, that's what it says here. How different was your job from a traditional data engineer? I didn't do any kind of data engineering. They do, like, statistics and probably machine learning. So this needs to go into the CloudFormation template. And then we probably want to add these to where? Now that they have permission, we install the driver controllers, run these on the control plane node. So only the control plane should be able to create the volumes. That makes sense. Do I know the scope for cybersecurity, people? No, I've never worked in cybersecurity. Can I suggest the best way to learn the system and infra? You know Go, you've built a key value database. I would say find like real problems and solve them. That's how I did it. I didn't take it. I didn't have an academic approach. So why EBS? I need a persistent volume for my Valheim server so we can store the world data. I would most accurately be considered a DevOps or platform engineer. Okay. Okay, so first things first, let's get the Git repo set up. So pull base GitOps, it's saying to install Argo. We're not going to do that. And then tell Argo to track your Git repo. We're not doing that. Setting up GitHub Actions, push-based. So the first thing we're going to do is set up the way to push to the control plane. To allow GitHub Actions, without opening 6443 to the world, I have two options. OpenID Connect plus SSM. So GitHub Actions will authenticate via OIDC using this custom action to assume an IAM role, which is crazy. Is the world data modified? Yes. Yeah, it has to be persistent. Securely tunnel the commands to the private instance or use a runner hosted inside your VPC. We won't use a runner. Or the standard secure shortcut, which is just secrets and a restricted IP or runner. My Linux distro is Pop! OS. Yep, the video is going to be uploaded later. Platform engineering, it doesn't mean gathering the infra services. It basic for devs with CLI interface. Yeah, you can think of it like that. Yeah. Maybe a GitLab on a VPS to control over the runners. No, it's okay. We're going to do it this way. We're going to connect from the public internet, and we're going to secure it, and it'll be okay. Deep dive, gateway for UDP. We're not going to look at that yet. We just need to get the deployment working. Just only the deployment, and that's it. Pop! OS has just a better out of experience with random hardware than other Linux distributions. Like all the sound and networking and everything just works. What question did you ask earlier? Is the world data modified? The world changes, yeah. The world changes, and the writes have to happen. And then when you log out, the world has to stay there. Uses files as some sort of cache instead of only using DB. We basically just need a file system, and EBS provides us that. It should be okay. So it's got this basic workflow where we've got checking out the code, setting up kubectl, configure kubeconfig, and then deploy manifests. For this to connect, your CloudFormation security groups have to allow 6443. You either have to add a step in your GitHub action that queries the runner's current public IP, dynamically adds it to the security group before running kubectl, and deletes it after. That's crazy. Or deploy a self-hosted GitHub Actions runner. That's a bit much. What's your next plan? Are you looking for any senior tech or just some break time? I'm looking to jump back in and make some money. The game is Valheim. It's a good game. You play as Vikings. You build houses and stuff. It's kind of like Minecraft. Am I addicted to home labs? No. This is my home lab right here. I've got a mini PC. It's not connected to anything, so obviously it's not set up. Okay, we're going to start a new chat, and we're just going to say, I've got a brand new Git repo. I'm trying to set up a GitHub action. We'll push my kube configs to control plane. I'm going to allow. Maybe I. No, I don't want SSH. Yeah, let's just start with that. What do I think of Kubernetes certifications? I don't know. I don't have one. For internship advice, see one of my recent videos about 0 to senior. Option 1, cloud hosted control plane. Oh, whoops. Important details to my control plane, which is currently hosted on an EC2 server. Oh no, it's not like an MMO. It's that would require more infrastructure probably. OIDC, assuming an IAM role. That seems crazy. SSM or an SSH key to connect. Tokens.actions.github. There is no way you haven't received any offer. I've received a lot of contact from a lot of different people in that regard. I'm not working at the moment. It's like 11:30 at night. So it's all good. So let's see, what do we have here? The IP of the control plane, and then a role, I guess, with my account. And then I'm guessing on the AWS setup. So in the IAM console, yeah, cool. All right. I think I understand this. In the IAM console, I need to set up this. Try perplexity to see the sources behind each answer. No, it's okay. Guys, it doesn't matter which model or anything that I'm using right now. I'm going to figure out the information one way or another. Do I plan to open membership? You can actually become a member at the moment. Oh, actually, no. I think I'm being reviewed for memberships. So that'll come at some point later. So create an IAM role, add an identity provider. Identity provider, go provider URL. OpenID connect URL here, and then this guy. Have I never used, I've never operated a Kubernetes cluster before. I've never set it up or operated it. I've also never used managed Kubernetes. So I've never used something like EKS or anything like that. So we've got our provider. And now we need an IAM role. So we'll go ahead and create a role with the repo and assume with web identity, and then attach policies allowing SSM full access. This is kind of cool, actually. This is what I wanted. I think we need web identity. Or is it custom? Yeah, it's probably custom. How do you center a div? I don't know, man. That's a mystery. Trust policy should allow this to assume the role via this. Yeah. Actually, we just ask, give me the example role trust policy. Okay, extra parenthesis there. All this to authenticate with AWS and run your workflow. Yeah, but it's, it's just one time, so it's fine. And then we've got repo, your GitHub username, and then gotta zoom in a bit, my repo. Cube, stuff. These glasses are raw optics. Raw optics. So, it doesn't like this. Tokens can allow requests from more sources than you intended. Specify blah, blah, blah. We want to allow all branches. Actually, we only want to allow the master branch. My monitor is actually pretty cool. It's a 37-inch 4K Samsung. It's pretty cool, man. What monitor? What's this? How long until we have the Ultra Master Blaster DevOps course? I don't know, man. That sounds hard to produce. What do I think of Golang? It's good. It's good for most things. Using a wild card. Guys, am I blind? There's no wild card here. I don't have a wild card here. Why is it complaining? BRB going to add Kubernetes to my CV. I already did. That's why I'm doing this. That you got to do it the other way around. Add it to the CV first, then learn it. One, two, three. I think that's the principle. Let me ask. The principle. Is it my account ID? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cool. String equals string like. Okay. We want string equals. Yeah. Oh, okay. We add that into there. And I think we're good. It still doesn't like it. Yeah, I don't care. I'm saving this. Permission policies, we want SSM full access. Kube, GitHub, actions. Go. Will this help for those who don't know about Kubernetes? A little bit. If you've already set up your cluster, which I've already done, then maybe some of these steps, like it depends. If you're using GitHub, maybe it will help you. But then if you're not, then maybe it's just going to be confusing. Let's see. So now when we add our when we add a deployment, we're going to do, yeah, APSC2. We need the account ID. All right. Yeah. And then the role is kube GitHub Actions, I think. Yep. The instance IP address is that, which is going to suck if it ever gets redeployed. I'm going to have to change it. Who decided to make naming things so important in cloud stuff? Yeah. How do you learn the more than 1,500 permissions in AWS? I don't know. You only have to care about the services that you use, so you only really need to know the permissions for those. And it's okay to just forget. Just forget and remember that next time. You can look it up. It's easy to look up. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to get the IP of the runner. ap.ipfi. Oops. What was it? api.ipfi.org. Huh. Okay. I don't use Arch. And I don't have a Discord yet. So I'll be setting that up at some point. Whitelist the runner IP in the security group. So it is... So it needs more permissions then. And we need the security group ID. What was it? Is it just that one? Yeah, it's just that one. I'm the second person on the whole YouTube using Vim. Have you seen TJ DeVries? What NeoVim distro is this? It's just NeoVim. This is my own config. You can find my dot files on GitHub. Authorize security group ingress. Authorize security group ingress required. I am permissions, I think. Just set them up. Not because we're asking. What, Discord? So I need these. Yeah. TJ is the GOAT. Yes, he is. TJ and the Primogen. Yeah. And you can't forget about you can't forget about BeaconBot. You know BeaconBot as well? And Trash Dev and Casey. Policies. We want. Why can't I just write the policies? Can I just like edit this? Yeah. No, not that. Simulate, no. Can I edit as JSON? Apparently no. So that's fine. Let's just get, where was it? EC2. Oh, these are like managed policies, aren't they? Dun, dun, dun. Authorize security group ingress permission. Best practice. Let's see. Inline policy. Create inline. Ah, sweet. EC2. Actions allowed. Authorize security groups. What else was it? Ingress, egress. And then, let's bring this back over here. Revoke. Describe security groups and VPCs. Describe security group references? No, just security groups. All right, 6 actions for specific resources. JSON. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I guess that allows me to copy paste this in. That's fine. Yeah, I guess we'll allow it on all resources because I only have the Kubernetes cluster in here, but it's fine. Do a session on transformers. What do you mean? What's a transformer? Okay, so the role's set up with these permissions. We've got our GitHub action. We're going to do authorize security group ingress. Then, what's this? Set up kube config. If your kube config uses the internal EC2 IP, you might need to patch it so to use the public IP here. Right. Specific idea in mind. So once I have this GitHub action set up, I'm going to add some resources to create a Valheim game server and attach an EBS storage volume to the pod, and then I'm going to play on it. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, we're running Pop OS. I'm not sure if I'm using free tier. I'm not sure. I am using AI, but I'm not. Well, it generated this, for example. So we are using AI. Let's see. We're gonna create. Create that. We're gonna create a folder called K80s. No such file or directory. Oh, we're in the wrong directory. K80s folder. And then let's go back to our file. AI user, disgusting time to leave. It's up to you, man. It's up to you. I have I have opinions about this, you know. Can't open file for writing. What do you mean? Oh no. What's going on here? Oh. Oh no. I thought I had copied it to my clipboard, but I didn't. That's okay. We are gonna do it again. Is this Pop OS? Yes. You will be able to see this video later. So let's just pause for a second. Actually, let me just, let's pause for a second and let me say something about AI usage. If I prompt an LLM and I acquire knowledge through that process, then like, how is that? Let's just say I went and talked to someone and that person just knew tons of stuff. They knew everything. And I go and have a conversation with them and they give me a bunch of answers. I take those answers and then I go figure it out. I now have knowledge that enabled me to do something way faster that I couldn't have acquired, you know, in the same amount of time. So like once you have knowledge, then it's kind of like, let me think about this. Let me give you a really good analogy. If you are playing a video game, right, and you read the guide or the walkthrough for the video game, which tells you like how to beat the boss, like that's basically how you should be using LLMs and AI. So it's not like you don't get someone else to play the game for you. What you do is you treat it as the guide, the walkthrough that tells you the steps to beating the boss, what techniques to use, what attacks he's going to come up with, and how to dodge them. I'm not raging, guys. So I'm not being rage baited. It's just this was something that was on my mind for like the last few days, actually. Yeah, LLMs are really good for learning because you're basically just like talking to an encyclopedia. It's great. By the way, this is just regular NeoVim. It's not lazy Vim, guys. It's not lazy Vim. Just regular NeoVim. Now, where was I? We need the security group from here. Then we need the IP address again. Then we need the account ID. We need to properly name this, which is kube GitHub Actions. Then what else do we have to set up? Vasilios Vim, yeah, that's my distribution. This is the part that I don't get. This part here, this setup kube config. So I'm just going to ask about that. Setup kube config step in the Git actions. I don't know what this is or where the config comes from. Be careful of my keys. Yes, I'll be very careful. Is Linux super required for backend position? I don't know what Linux super is. Oh, is knowing Linux required? Generally, no. But if you need to ever do anything like performance tuning of the kernel or anything, then you need to know Linux. Can I put it all in an M file? I don't know. I currently I don't know what this file has. Like when you use kubectl on your own laptop, it knows which cluster to talk to. I'm not using kubectl on my laptop. Setup kube config step takes it from your control plane, passes it to the runner. Come to Bangalore? That's a long way away, dude. Hello from Greece. Nice, thank you. The current keyboard I'm using is actually, let me, it's the NuFi Kick 75. Yeah. But I also have the Air V3. I like that one also. The scope of this demo, I'm not actually doing a live demo. We're just learning. Specifically, I'm learning how to set up Kubernetes. We're at the stage of trying to set up a Git repo and push some configs to the control plane. And it's taken some time. My words per minute? My words per minute is okay. Let's try, shall we? Oh, actually, yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad, actually. Not bad. Yasu, hello from Ukraine. Nice. Do I have a wife? Yeah, I have a wife, yes. And I have a child coming. One child is due. Sometimes I get too much information on my question, I can't remember it the next time. Yeah. You need to do repetition. That's like one of the only ways you can actually learn stuff. What are we doing? Let's just fix our answer a little bit. Bear in mind, I do not use kubectl locally on my laptop. I have decided to never run these commands myself, ever. So I need hello, Moroccan people. Where it is and how to go get it so GitHub can use it. All right, so we've got blah, blah, blah. It looks for this file. Where does it come from? Because I built it, the Bootstrap tool generated this file directly on my server. So I have to get this file from the thing. Does it cost money? Yeah, the Amazon resources that I've created will cost me money. Using Pop OS, by the way. It's been asked like 10 times now. If I used standard Kubernetes, it lives at etc Kubernetes admin conf. All right. So if I SSH onto here and I look at this file, am I going to expose secrets? Just going to hide my desktop. Let's do this for the moment. And I'm going to cat etc Kubernetes admin conf. And I get a permission denied. Okay, it has a bunch of keys. Right. So I am going to just real quick damn. I just need to get this file real quick, guys. Oh, I have an idea. Oh no, I can't even show it as base 64, can I? No space left on device. Hold on. Hold on, I have no space left on my server. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Let's do that. All right, now we have a little bit of space. Now, what I was going to do was that. All right. Now I have a file here. Will I keep the live on the channel? Yes. I'm not live on Twitch at the moment, just on YouTube. Yeah, it's pretty late. I'll probably get off in about half an hour. Advanced broker protocol. I don't know what you mean. The keyboard I'm using is the NuFi Kick at the moment. It has which switches does it have? I can't remember, but you can listen to the switch noises on the website and pick the one that you like. And if you're going to buy a NuFi keyboard, then get it from my link in my bio here. This is an affiliate link if you're going to get one. So what was I doing? So I've now got my KubeConf. I'm going to download it. Oh, actually, that was the wrong place to put it. KubeConf. We're going to move it to Documents, Cube Stuff. Now we have this file, and there's secrets in here. So I'm obviously not going to reveal that. I don't have the swap kit. No, I wanted to stay low profile. Is this how I learned stuff all the time? Yeah, yeah. Do I think Micros was a good idea? How do you know about that? How do you know about that? I know nothing about Kafka or RabbitMQ, but we could explore that on stream at some point. I've never used them. That's a good one. Now, we want to get the KubeConf. Ooh, get rid of that. Close that. This secret here. Into, what's this? Decode base 64. So I have it in base 64. Do I have PB copy? No. Xclip, do I have that? Xclip. Cat foo. Wait, it's echo. If I paste? No. Guys, how do I copy shit? Xclip, copy file, this guy. Please don't leak. All right. Now, if I go to GitHub, to the settings, how to not get overwhelmed. What stuff is overwhelming you? Deploy keys? No. Environments? No. Actions? Secrets and variables, yeah. For actions? Xclip cell clip. Ah, okay. Sweet. Repository secrets, yeah. Is it not going to hide this? It doesn't hide it. Okay, I'm just going to have to hide the screen for a sec. Oh, it didn't even copy it. Xclip cell clip. Let's try that. Yep, that worked. We've got our base 64 kubeconf. What do we want to save it as? The kubeconf config data. Kubeconfig data. Add. All right. We're in business. We have our secret. So that's going to echo it out here, decode it, and write it to a file. And then when we do kubectl apply, we should be good. Oh, I need to check one more thing, because it's saying here that I might have to patch the IP address. I think it's something like 240.0.11. Yeah, I think that's good. Don't forget to like the stream. How do you like the stream, and what happens when you like it? Is it this thing? The agenda. We're in. We're setting up. We're trying to set up GitOps and create a Valheim game server that we can play on. I think we're actually good to go with this right now. Gonna add that, and add GitHub action. Don't echo secrets. Of course, I'm very careful. Likes on the video itself. Oh, okay. Cool. So now if we go to our repo, we should have an action. And then we're going to have to set up the, we're going to have to enable the actions. And we're going to see no runs. Can we run it? Pin, event, new workflow, no. I don't know GitHub that well, so I don't know how to like trigger this actually. Am I hydrated? No, I need to be hydrated. Give me a moment. This is what years of Bitbucket does to your brain. Well, not really. It's just a different continuous integration server. It's just different. Check this. Wait, let's see. Sparkling coconut water. Have you ever heard of sparkling coconut water? Baited into hydrating myself. Yep. Workflow dispatch or automated dispatch. What do you mean? Can I just dispatch it from here? Dispatch away. View runs. Jump to line. No. View runs. Nothing. Bitbucket is trash. Why do you say that? I didn't mind Bitbucket. Oh, I need to add it. On push. I don't know, guys. Where I come from, you just push to the branch and it runs. This is some fancy stuff. Quick start. Runs on push. On push, here. This. Oh, look. Oh, this is the problem, guys. I don't like using main as a branch name. All right. Get rid of this shit. Actions. Workflow dispatch. I would prefer not to trigger them manually. I don't care. I'm happy for it to happen from pushes. Okay, so this thing here is this one here is wrong. My NeoVim config is, you can find my dot files in GitHub. Where's the action? All right. Jobs, assume role, and call identity. Here, we need this one. I thought we had that. V4 is probably wrong then. Is that? Is that ancient? try to look up this. Should have a version in here, right? 6.2. I use an Android phone. 6.2.0, huh? 6.2.0. AWS Actions, configure AWS credentials. So what error did we get? Let's get rid of these. Where's the GitHub repo? Kube stuff. Where's my Kube stuff? Did I lose it? Why don't I use Claude or Gemini for searching? What do you mean? Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, it's this thing. This is the wrong repo. All right. Correct. AWS action. Uh-oh. What's wrong? Same thing? Did I not save the file? Oh. There's a second one. What? Let me see this. So we've got configure AWS credentials, and then we've got other stuff. 25 repos. $16, you reckon? No, that's line 16 there. Do you mean this one? It's used it incorrectly in a bunch of places because this was generated by Gemini. I'm trying to get ALB bypass routing directives. Oh. What do I even say to that? Have you tried creating a Golang web service and some Dynamo tables for that to do service discovery? If so, how did it go? Authorize security groups ingress and then revoke security group ingress. So which action has these? Let's see. Which of these would I just do this? Configure credentials. So I just use this one for all of them. I guess let's just try that and see what happens. Turning it on, staging tomorrow. Really? Is that actually happening? Have I tried? What's this saying? Did it push? What's going on here? Have I tried Zen browser? No, I haven't tried that. Yeah, I'm using Firefox right now. Jenkins is a mess, but GitHub Actions feels more convoluted. I don't know. Just trying to work through it. I haven't used Jenkins in a long time, so I don't know what that's like these days. Retry. Could not assume role, not authorized. Retrying, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we are at least running it. Hello, Brazilian person. Louise. Let's see. So, unexpected inputs, action subcommand. What is all that? I don't know what that's about. Cancel. It's mostly the same problems. Control plane doesn't scale, and you have to be on top of plugins 24 hours. Okay. So, configure credentials. Okay, so it doesn't know. Mostly the trust relationship for the role is missing. Well, what we have right now is we're trying to assume this role here. We've got this role here, so maybe I'll just copy this just to make sure it's 100% correct. I think that's the same. Yeah, so that's fine. We are in... Yeah, I think APSE2 is fine. And then what's it trying to do here? Just this one here. So we've got the region is fine. The role should be okay. Maybe these things with role to assume. Maybe these are wrong. Let's see. Configure creds. Let's see what the docs has. Should have an example. Audience. Let's see. Role to assume, AWS region and audience. 610. Roles set up correctly. Yeah, I think we're good on that stuff. And then we've got the identity provider down here. Tokens.actions.github user content. I think this is correct. Maybe it isn't. Right, yeah. Yeah, it was in the docs. Token.actions.github-user-content.com. Uh-huh. Role session name. Role session name. Where was the actions? Could not assume, not authorized to perform. Assume role with web identity. For me, that says that the runner itself, maybe, is not authorized to assume the role. Could that be the case? Let's see. Can I open a separate convo for this? Pop OS. I'm running Pop OS. I'm pretty sure I have a trust policy. If we go to the roles, GitHub Actions, Repo, Satana, Kube stuff. This looks, I think this is correct. The repo is called Kube stuff. And the branch is master. So I'm pretty sure that's okay. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I would expect this to work. You shared my videos in Ukrainian communities. Cool, man. Do they... Well, I assume they all speak English, right? So that's pretty cool. I am a fan of Eastern Europeans in general. Is there really 241 people in here? Wow, that's crazy. That's so many people. Watching me struggle. What's my thoughts of the current IT job market in Australia for fresh grads? I think it's... I'm pretty sure it's okay. Like if you get into a graduate program with a tech company, they should give you a shot. Have I worked with Blazor WebAssembly? I don't know. I've never worked with it. The glasses, it's Raw Optics. I really should get a damn affiliate link for them, huh? They're expensive, just letting you know that. Is DevOps worth learning in the current market? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Everyone should learn DevOps. You don't have to do DevOps as a career. You just need to know some of the concepts. What's Gemini said? The subclaim mismatch. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, really? Ref's heads main. Do I really have to do that? No way. Is this real, guys? ID token. Right. Contents read. Yeah, we got that. That's fine. All right, I'm gonna make it less restrictive then. Just gonna go with that, update the policy, and then we can rerun the action. Let's see what happens. Give him the whole file. What file? Oh, the actions file? I'm not... Yeah, okay. No, it's okay. We're doing all right here. Okay, maybe not so much. Let's see. There's a guy with the same problem in Stack Overflow. And he fixed it? Really? Let's see this. This one? You talking about this? Pull request, refs heads main, sub, blah, blah, blah. What was the answer? ID token. Do you have to get a token first? What is that? Okay, let's cat x clip cell clip, right? Let's go to Claude. Hey bro, what's wrong with my GitHub action to push to my K80's control plane? I'm misusing the creds action. It's only for setting the, that's fine, okay. Removed audience. This is the default, pinned to v4. That's wrong. First, he debugged the ID token by decoding. See the comments. Does the rerun include the changes I just made? Yes, because the changes were made to the trust policy. Reading the Programmer's Brain, that's good. It's a good book. We can copy paste this because we'll just see what changed. So it added a top level security group variable, and then it changed this. Don't want it to do that. And then it has gotten rid of this action here. And it's just using AWS EC2 commands instead. That's fine. Then it's installing kubectl from Azure. So I don't think this actually like helps us in the meantime. Add this step to generate the token explicitly and examine the token. I'm not doing that. Wait, does it contain secrets? Does that contain secrets? I feel like that does contain secrets. We're going to run it, but you guys aren't going to see it. So that's fine. Right, okay, it's a whole separate job. All right. Oh. No, I can't do this because it's going to, this repo is public, so it's going to show the secrets in the actions, and anyone would be able to just browse here and just look at it, I think. I'm pretty sure. So I'm not going to do that. Let's Let's just give Claude a little bit more information. Nah, I'm getting this. Here's my AWS IAM stuff. Role trust policy. And then I had the identity provider, right? Can I get this in as JSON? Doesn't matter. Go. Rerun after Claude changes. I'm not accepting any of Claude's changes at the moment. The bug is in your trust policy condition. Your ORD has a typo. This should be this. Guys, I don't see the typo. Colon versus dot. Oh. Wait, what? Roles, GitHub Actions, trust relationship. It's a colon. Oh my god. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Go. Open tofu for scaffolding EKS. I don't want to do I don't want to do managed Kubernetes. Bro, how'd that colon get in? How did that colon? Let me see this. Who gave that to me? It was Gemini. It was fucking Gemini, dude. I'm suing Google for this. I'm calling my lawyer tomorrow to talk to them about this shit. All right, look. We got creds. We whitelisted. Let me see this. Did it work? Deploy manifests. Did it run this? Yeah, it did. Where's my cloud trails? I need to see that it was Oh, I need to set this up? Nah, I can't be bothered. I wanted to see the security group like being changed in the logs, you know? This guy. It's this guy, right? Yeah, there's no logs here, right? Yeah, there's none. Hey, what's this little crown next to your name? Top fans. How'd you guys level up like this? What is this? What'd you do? It's 3 clicks to set up a cloud trail. It's all right. Don't worry about it. The main problem here is it's having trouble. We don't have the directory because it's empty, so it never got committed. So I think we're at the stage now. We're at the stage. We're actually going to push a cube resource or something. What's all this crap about? Okay, don't care about that. We want to go here. Oh, so more chats, more ranking. Okay, cool. And we want to do, all right, we have the policy. Oh, we need to give the control plane the ability to create EBS volumes. Roles, kube instance role. We want to allow it to do EBS. CSI. Where is it? This one. Whoa. Okay, not that. That. V2? Yo, what's going on with this spam, buddy? What's all this? Don't make me do something to you. Don't make me put you in timeout, buddy. I don't have a Discord yet. I'll create it soon. And I'll link it somewhere. All right, we're going to give it these policies. Yeah, he's testing his new NuFi keyboard that he bought from the affiliate link on my profile. Okay. So technically we've just given that to the... yeah, he wants the crown, yeah. Then we've got to install... Okay, so we're going to log on to the smelly control plane. And we've got to do this every single time we log on so that we can clear the screen. And then, do we have Helm? Helm, we have it. So we want to do Helm repo add. What happens? Holy sponsor plug. No, they probably don't even know I exist. I signed up to their affiliate program. And so, yeah, because I like their stuff, so why not? Okay. How do I manage to stay so calm about everything? I don't know. I'm just a calm guy. Maybe Gemini's watching my stream and got mad. The robots are watching us. Oh, shit. Bam. 2 new IAM policies are available. To verify that it's started, run this. Yeah, I use the NuFi keyboards. I've got the Air V3 and I've got the Kick. I code using NeoVim, yes. I do write code with NeoVim. The glasses, raw optics. They're expensive. I've said this 3 times now. 2 new managed policies are available. Yeah, we've already allowed the policies. So now we have a bunch of pods running just for managing EBS. Is this real? Get pod, kube system. Same thing. Define a storage class. Pin the raw optics. Pin. Can I pin lots of stuff? Like, let me unpin that. Glasses, raw optics, keyboard, Newfie, link in bio. What was the other question? Linux distro, Pop OS, and then NeoVim distro, my own, and we pin it. It pins it to the bottom. That's kind of weird. Now, wait for first consumer. Tells AWS to wait until the pod is scheduled, so it creates the volume in the exact same AZ as the worker node. Then, with the driver installed, you no longer have to manually create persistent volume files. Instead, you create a storage class. It's a template telling Amazon what kind of volume I want. It automatically creates replicas, and you configure that passing args to Helm. Okay. I don't have a social security number because I'm not in America. Sparkling coconut water, by the way. The best. I said I was going to log off like 20 minutes ago. I'm going to keep going with this, though. So, okay, I'm going to pop this file into... we're going to do K80s storage class.yml. Okay. And then ever heard of CUDA? Isn't that a way of doing parallel processing using graphic processing units? That's what it is, right? Unified device architecture? NVIDIA. Yeah. I've heard of it, yes. I've never used it. Now I can delete blah, blah, blah. We're going to create a persistent volume claim that references my storage class. How much do I think I will spend spinning up AWS like this? Well, I've just got 3 instances. They're T3 smalls. And each of them will be something like $12 to $15 while running per month. So it'll cost me like $50 a month if I'm running them the whole month. Then there's data transfer costs, storage volumes, public IP addresses. So I don't know what my bill's going to look like, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. So now it's saying create a persistent volume claim. Read write once, storage class, EBS, this guy. By its name, okay. 10 gigs. Storage. Oh, you don't need much, apparently. So I guess the Sorry if this is really small, guys. Storage. Yeah. CUDA is big because of AI. Right, so it's basically a way where your program uses GPU cores to do parallel processing, as far as I understand. I would have thought that the training libraries do that for you. Kubernetes config always scares me. It's small when you understand, but the way it looks, my God. Yeah. Like this? Yeah, it seems a bit crazy. So these are the Valheim manifests. We've got a storage claim. Then we have a deployment. And the deployment has containers. One container, which has environment variables, ports, and volume mounts. And then we have the persistent volume claim inside the deployment. Right? So we're going to put this, we're going to do valheim.yml. And I can also use Spot. Yeah, I'm familiar with Spot, but I don't want to do that at the moment. I've used Spot instances in production in the past, so I am familiar. I'll keep it named Valheim server, and then oh wait, I want to call the world rayclassed, and then the server is going to be I don't know. All right, I think that's cool. We're going to now add some resources. And now the action should pick them up, and we'll see if we get some pods deployed. Ah, someone got the reference. Nice, nice. How many people are in here at the moment? How do I see? I need like I need the YouTube admin panel or something. How much knowledge does one need in containers? You don't need any, well, you need to know a little bit about containers, like how to create a container, how to maybe upload a container to a registry. That's about it. 220 people. Nice. That's crazy. So it's now applying the manifests. We can jump on the control plane and just see what's going on. Kubectl get pods. Is that what we do? No. Post checkout. So apparently it did stuff. Gemini had like a thing here, right? Get PVC not found. EBS PVC. That was this one. Get pods A. We got the EBS. We got. There's no Valheim stuff. So did something go wrong here? Oh right. Failed to download. Dial TCP. Wait. Timeout. That means it's trying to access the control plane. And the security group is not allowing it. Where's the security group? SG. Am I blind? This one. 6443. Only from my IP address. Am I... We're doing this thing, right? Where we're, let's see. 05C1. Yeah, so we've got the right security group here. And it allows the IP to access the thing. You guys are telling me all these commands now. So kubectl get deployments. And Valheim's not here. Well, of course it's not here because our command didn't work here. So this is fine. Where'd my pinned message go? Pin. Is it still pinned, guys? How does a senior engineer navigate their code base? Well, I'm not doing any like coding, proper coding at the moment. It's just we're setting up Kubernetes. So I'm guessing make dir pcube whitelist proceeding private IP. We need the public IP. IP outputs IPv4. Is this an output? GitHub Actions can run Kubernetes. Yes. The way that it's working is that the GitHub action is logging into Amazon, assuming a role, and then acting upon the Amazon resources that I have. So it's allowing a traffic from the security group, and then it is... What's this? Yeah, that's fine. EC2 instance IP. Does it have the correct address? 107. Yep, it's got the correct address here. Let me just remove this revoke step. Ooh, maybe not. Oh, that's right. These actions here, I don't need to run them like that, do I? I'm that guy. You just realized? Yeah, I'm that guy. During my work at Atlassian, I used AI, yes. I don't need to use SSH. So what's actually happening is we're opening a security group rule for port 6443 temporarily during the action, and then we are running kubectl against it, and then we're closing the security group. There's no SSH. So I'm thinking here, are these actually running? I think this is not doing what I want it to do. Do I have a streaming schedule? No, not at the moment. What's the proper way to run the EC2 security group authorization commands during GitHub Actions? Say with just Ubuntu or something. Prerequisite role. Configure credentials. Get the IP, and then just do stuff. Yeah, okay. And that should just work on AWS, on GitHub Actions. Let's try this. Oh, okay. So let's say we want to do this, probably. Okay, security group ID. We're just always going to run that. I didn't notice even I subscribed. Maybe for the glasses. Are you sure that your jobs are not running in parallel? Yeah, they're definitely not running in parallel. What did this say? Idempotent? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Get IP, check. Oh, I like this one better, actually. I like that better than this one. What am I prepping for? I'm not really preparing for anything. I'm just trying to learn Kubernetes at the moment. I can explain error and it will give me a root cause and solution. I'm using PopOS. Cider block. Oh, there's no IP. What's up with the IP? Oh. Yeah, it's this one. Steps. Okay, I guess we'll just use what it's got here. All right. Did you guys even see what I did there? Anyway. Stage the changes, git commit amend, and then force push. In like 1 second. No need to authenticate your Kubernetes via CI/CD if you use pull-based. Yeah, that was suggested. It was saying to use Argo CD, but then I thought, I don't know, I just thought to approach it differently. But come to think of it, I could have just probably run a git pull in a cron job every minute, and that may have done the job. Okay, so it's doing something here. Let's jump on the control plane again. Okay, we ran into another error. This is, okay. Wait a sec. How do I know it's definitely, okay. Return true, security group rules. It's got this IP address here. How without SSH? It's opening a firewall rule, and then it's hitting the public IP address of the control plane. So we're still not having a great time connecting to the control plane. Let me see this. Dump port 6443. Okay. And host. Are they all going to be 172 blah blah blah? What fucking range is this? Create another EC2 instance and host a GitHub Actions runner. No, I don't feel like doing that. It's a /13. Can I do this? Mask for networks only. Oops, rerun all the jobs. Oopsie. Cancel. NixOS, never used it. Don't know anything about it. Rerun all jobs. Everything. What am I doing at the moment? Trying to get a Valheim game server deployed to Kubernetes. All right, let me real quick look at this security group. It's allowing. That's the IP address. So we're not going to see any traffic. Host. This guy. Maybe we'll see something. The other route is using SSH. Well, yeah, but that would have the same issue, right? If I opened port 22. Oh. You reckon it's IP tables? Ooh. Oh, that's not even, I'm not even on the control plane. Well, yeah, it definitely doesn't have that, so. Now, damn. Obviously, that's not going to work. What is it? 6443. Okay. Maybe that was it, huh? Shows you how much I've done that in recent times. It's still going. Yeah, it's going to time out, and then it's going to do all the stuff, and then I'll have to rerun it after GitHub decides to let us. Maybe a reject in the rules. Simulate. Oh, that's. I think the thing here, yeah, it allows me to talk to it, so I should be able to. Let me just see this. Curl. Its IP address, which is here. That doesn't look too good. Yeah, the IP is right, but it's not liking it. Could I have a knackle that's bad? No, I think the knackles are unrestricted at the moment. Yeah, we're listening on 443, the Kube API server. Ubuntu systemd allow 6443 TCP. Maybe this, huh? Maybe IP tables is not the way. Right? Now, no, still nothing. It's listening on. It was listening on all IP addresses. No, inbound is allowed from my IP address. It's allowed. You reckon UFW needs to restart? Next steps. Validate. Let's see. Inactive. What? If your firewall is managed by firewall D instead, then I would have to run this. Firewall command doesn't exist. We're on Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Could it be like App Armor? I'm not worried about SSH. SSH is not involved here at all. There's no SSH. Let's open a new chat with Gemini. On my fresh Ubuntu EC2 TCP port. What version of Ubuntu am I even on? There's no FWD here. So we have the security group, which is fine, and then we have UFW. UFW status. It says that UFW is inactive. Yeah. This should work, guys. Maybe not with TLS, but it works locally. It says I'm good to go. UFW is inactive, but outside connection still can't. The application is bound to localhost. No, that's not the case. VPC layout. That was the only other thing that I was thinking. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that the knuckles are fine. Allow everything. And then this one, also allow everything. Yeah. And the security group, I'm pretty sure we're not using this one. I'm pretty sure we're not using this one. Yeah, nothing is attached to this one. I can actually delete this. It's this one here, kube cluster SG, which has the rules. And you can see here, we're allowing that from my IP address, so it's fine. So here's the weird thing. I'm SSH'd onto this control plane. I'm SSH'd onto it. So why wouldn't this work? That's the thing that's weird to me. Is that SSH is working. Let me see this. Isn't there a way to get like how many hits? Show IP tables hits. This one, right? I can't read this. Am I sure that the public IP is correct? Look, that stuff must be working because I'm SSH'd to it. Drop, accept, TCP. Where is the 644 rule? Nope, wrong. Wrong terminal. We want to do that here. Of course, the Valheim pods are not going to be running because we can't connect to the control plane. Or do you mean the API server? It's there, running. Wrong. Wrong. Are you sure that you are hitting the control plane server but not the working node? Yes, I'm 100% sure. Like, what are the missing pieces? There's no missing pieces. Security group's fine. The knuckles are fine. There's no IP table rules. There's no UFW. UFW is not even active. You're not going to find anything with Nmap. It's not open to you. Curl works on localhost. We've already checked that. That's the public IP. The security group is allowing 6443 from my IP address. You reckon reboot? I don't think rebooting is going to do anything, but might as well. Are you sure that you're hitting the control plane? Not the yeah, I'm sure. TCP, let's see. TCP dump. Six four four three and net, not net, 10.0.0.8. Right. So then if we run this, we should see hits. If I used kubeadm, by default, kube API server is bound only in the host and not reachable outside. Really? No hits. Okay, what's Gemini saying about it? If the control plane has a public IP, traffic can reach it provided your infrastructure allows it. You have to open 443, that's done. If it's sitting behind a NAT or private subnet, I don't believe it is. It has a public IP. And the subnet is not private. Block public? No. Like I'm SSH to it, so obviously, like I'm able to. It's able to work. To SSH to the control plane, so base networking is fine. Put a TCP timeout. Trying to hit 443. Maybe you haven't seen what we're doing, but the deployment literally opens the security group, runs kubectl, and then closes the security group. I don't have kubectl installed, but this should work, and it doesn't. Why are you trying to learn Kubernetes in EC2 if because EKS is managed Kubernetes, and I want to manage the Kubernetes. So like I can only learn how to manage Kubernetes if I do it myself. Clusters. In the admin config, once the network is open. What? It's not TLS. It's listening. UFW is inactive and the port is listening on star 6443. Security groups are stateful. That means I don't have to allow egress. Look, I'm just gonna open the whole security group, and we'll see. Okay. See, that's my IP, right? But we're just gonna allow everything. Same deal. Same. Doesn't work. 6443. Delete. Save. Check the routing tables for the subnet. Why would it be the routing table if I'm able to SSH to the server? My CNI is not good. Nope, not these. Could it be the CNI? Guys, we've already checked this stuff, okay? Bag empty, no lines. 2. Reverse pass filtering. If a packet arrives on interface, it thinks the response path should go out different. It instantly drops the packet. You can check if it is enabled. If you see RP filter, all.rp filter 1 or 2, interesting. Could it be this? This shit. I wonder. All right, I guess we'll try netcat. Do we have it? Yeah, we have it on the control plane node. We need the external IP. What? Wow. What is going on there? What's the damn thing? Oh, fucking. It's just frustrating. Alright, I'll copy paste this, I guess. No problem. Okay. Still nothing. I'm not running VMware or Proxmox. Pinging in reverse. You want to ping my own IP address? I don't have ICMP enabled on my router. Kubernetes is listening to the traffic, guys. We already checked this like 3 times now. Was that dangerous? No, I don't think so. It's fine. Maybe it's this. Local tunnel. Does my kube config have to have the public IP address? It should have 000. You reckon that? I don't know what services to run, so to restart. So I'm just gonna reboot. On EKS, AWS runs a load balancer in front with root privileges, so you can listen on 443. Yeah, that's fair. The Git repo is just Sotanu/kube stuff. There's not much in here to look at, really. You installed Pop! OS while watching my stream. Nice. Hope you enjoy. I have been running on Linux for, I don't know, close to a year now. We booted up yet? Still waiting. Still waiting for the instance to come back online. I don't know what's up with this, why it's taking so long to reboot. Connection refused, okay. So it's up. Alright, cool. It's listening. Then we've got kube config grep this. Okay, that's still okay. I'm still not seeing any response here. There's the response from the API server. That's locally on the on the control plane. It's giving back a response here. How can I be 1000% sure that UFW firewall D tables isn't? That's my biggest suspicion right now, is that it's the firewall. But I haven't used IP tables or anything in ages, so I don't really know. CRI CTL PSA. That's showing us a bunch of stuff. Set default policies, flush all tables. I don't want to break the, let's see, non-destructive, add a trace. That's not a bad option. Try port 22. Obviously port 22 is working. Huh? Port 22 is working. Yep, the video will be uploaded. What CNI am I using? Flannel. Okay, it's not flannel. You guys reckon copy this? All right. Let's see. IP tables txt, and then we're gonna grab the txt. Tables xclip cell clip. My IP tables. It looks standard, healthy kube node. It's not the local firewall. It's wide open. None of the drop rules apply. Flannel rules reference this. Means your cluster is running inside AWS. If it was the CNI, you'd be able to hit the API server. I don't know. Group is fine. 6443 is allowed. NACL is fine. IGW is also fine. My local network. Like, something is so completely fundamentally broken that literally every troubleshooting step completely misses it. My Git logs. You mean from the action? Guys, apparently this is what's going to replace all humans. Line 11 to 13. What do you mean? What are you referring to? This? It doesn't. This is just saying it's a TCP timeout. That's fine. Like, it's obviously not fine, but that's what we're troubleshooting. The NACL is allowing all traffic. There's no restrictions in the NACL. DNAT. Destination NAT. I think those are okay. If it was the internet gateway, how am I SSH'd to this machine? If it was a route table, how am I SSH'd to this machine? Like, if it was a security group, how am I SSH'd? If it was a NACL, how am I SSH'd? The rule I just showed allowed traffic on the private IP, not the public. This one? What else does it have? NFT, list, contract. Let's paste this for now. Copy this. See this. That's from the other worker nodes. Don't care about the routes. Don't care about the IP filter. Bind address. Right. Copy that. Paste that. No bind address? Make sure kubeadm didn't bind the server to a weird interface. It's not. It's running. Check the kubelet logs. No, that's okay. Let's just see this. It's benign. It doesn't, this is nothing. Here's what we're gonna try, okay? All right. We are gonna do. Okay. Copy this. There is a Katie's control plane at here. You can access it via SSH using the file I don't care about my email. It's fine. My email's already on my YouTube. Did this thing just try 3 times just to figure out the... it tried root. What's it doing now? Are you fucking retarded? You guys like that? Look what this fucking thing's doing. It's talking to itself. Why is it printing this out, huh? Port 22 is open, yeah, but it's closed. How can we log on via SSH? The private key is over here. Let's see if we can find what user is expected. No. The user is Ubuntu. You clown. I don't think it can run this SSH command. It's rejected by the server. Commands you want to run since you can't do it. Okay, throw them into a single script, I'll run it. You need a RAG pipeline with AWS docs. Oh my god. What did it think? It wants to run another script. All right, sure, man. Let's do it. The default value in proc sysnet IPv forward IP forward on Ubuntu is 0. Have I set it to 1? What does that actually do though? Am I going to keep up the profit or poverty vids for HFT? Yes, I want to continue that. I just haven't picked the next topic to look into. What is this? Kernel parameter that controls whether your system acts as a router to forward IP packets. Do I want that? I've never had to set that on a machine before for it to behave correctly. Let's see. Yep, that rule already exists. Who found a solution? Written a small script. Yeah, all right. Where is it? Show me it. I can't. If there is an overlap between the VPC CIDR and the CNI IP range, it will mess up the I don't even know how to check that. So CNI 244. That seems okay to me. That seems okay. Because the VPC, the subnet that they're in, it's 240. Oh, wait. How wide is this? It's a /24. Yeah, so it's okay. My membership is being reviewed. Membership thing. Open the file, bro. Why isn't this opening? Cat diagnose TCP dump. All right. 3. Bruv, what is this even meant to be showing? It's it. Don't do this, okay? Don't do that. That's not cool. I think probably the best course of action right now, guys, because it's 2 a.m., is I'm probably just gonna call it a day. And I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with a fresh mind and figure out what went wrong. Am I planning for mods? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so I think that's the plan, is sleepy time. Because we've been troubleshooting networks for an hour and a half. And I don't want to get too angry on the stream, you know. I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm going to have Kubernetes nightmares now. I'm going to have IP tables and Kubernetes and security groups in my nightmares. I'm probably going to, like, I don't know, watch, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch Factorio videos. That'll take my mind away, you know? That's the plan. It works every time. Put Factorio on, instant sleep. My brain can't handle it, so it just shuts down. Thank you, guys. You've all been amazing. It's been really cool hanging out with all of you. Thank you for trying to help me. I know everyone was doing their best. We'll figure it out and we'll get pods running and Kubernetes running. And then I'm going to try to compile like maybe a guide so that no one has to go through the same pain as me. But yes, I don't 100% know how to gracefully end the stream. So I'm just going to hit the stop stream button in 5 seconds.